to the second half of episode 18. Don't pay attention to the thumbnail. It'll be a different thumbnail, but the image that you saw in the thumbnail isn't the same one that you're seeing right now. Why are you looking at the image? Click away already. You're supposed to be listening to us. There's nothing going on the screen. Promise. Oh, there was something. No, there wasn't. Second half of episode 18. We are going to pick up right after Baton had shot off on her own after a hole in the magical barrier that was protecting Iron Grove had been formed at the hands of, well, Davis, a no-name Ashborn who was given Raldir's signet ring by Raldir to breach the barrier. After being reunited with Grafford and Yizit, the group is deciding what is going to happen next. Go.
Well, I'm gonna look at Grafford and I'm just gonna say, well, whenever you're ready, I suppose we should get into the action as quick as possible. Make sure we can help as much as we can.
Say no more. I'll get behind the helm and start heading to the city.
Okay.
Nature check?
Well, what's everybody else doing?
Well,
It's not like you guys step out of your bodies and kind of just watch. Like you guys are doing something too.
yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't know. I'm just happy to be on the ship again. I mean, jeez. I don't know. It's not like, you know what? I'm gonna go to like the front, the bow, and I'm gonna just kind of look over, just kind of scan the area, just because just to look.
And that is Yizit's normal position, so he'll be up there as well.
Okay. Nature check from Grafford, perception check with advantage from whoever wants to take it.
I'll take it if you don't mind.
Okay.
24. Non-natural.
24.
Yeah. 24. You'll hear me say natural 20 when it's a natural 20.
21.
Okay. You from this distance, why not? You can see Patan slowly making her way up the trees, flying magically, making her way up to the top of the dome. Grafford, you put her into high gear.
It's high gear.
It's high gear. Alright. Baton is seen. You are going.
As we're making our way there, I'm guessing it's going to take a few minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yizit's just going to run a quick check of his armor, sword, make sure everything's good to go.
Everything is good to go.
Okay. So also, how is the front of this? Because he said that Yizit is also going to be up there. So like, how's the people placement here? Like, I don't want to be like Titanicing this with Yizit.
I'll stand behind you.
If we had fan artists.
I'll stand behind you and slightly to the port side.
Okay.
So I'm not like spooning you.
I was gonna say, yeah, just
Spoon him.
Don't get too close. All right. I'm gonna.
I'm on
look
top of the
back.
world, is it? I needed to do that. I'm
Stay
flying.
away from the rear!
I'm on top of the world. And so I'm gonna look back to Izzy and I'm gonna say, now I know that we've been gone for so long. What was with the tackle? Why are you throwing me around like a rag doll? I mean, you know I'm your friend, and you don't need to, give me the treatment.
You needed to be rescued.
But I'm okay. I don't need to be rescued.
Oh. We didn't know whether you were in harm's way or not. And all of us have something riding on this.
Listen, I think you should just worry about yourself. You know, it's like whatever happens, you know, it's on my back if it happens to me. I think you need to worry about yourself. I mean, I know we're all in a party, but you know, I can handle myself.
Worrying about myself is exactly what I'm doing.
Care to elaborate? I say, kind of like doing the rolling hand motion, like.
Yizit's going to sit back on his tail, kind of, while he's inspecting his sword. But he's going to turn his head and eyeball Raldir for, I don't know, 5 or 6 seconds.
An uncomfortable amount of time.
Slightly uncomfortable. You mean you don't know?
Well, I've been with them all this time, so I mean, I haven't really heard much of anything for a while.
What is the Beholded Reserve guy name?
Sol?
Sorrow Kaldon?
Sorrow Kaldon is the big guy. Oh, sorry, I'm
Zol
super
is
far
the
away.
one that told you.
Sorrow
Okay.
Kaldon is the big bad leader, and then there's Varnal Zin, the beholder, and then but the only people that you would know would be the papers guy and Zol, the dispatch guy.
Yeah, it was Zoltan, the tiefling, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Zul told me when we were leaving, if any of you die or don't come back, that's my neck on the line.
Well, then I guess that certainly explains it. Yes, don't want you dying now because someone else made a slip up, that's for sure. Well, okay, then I can't really fault you there.
As he says this, Yazid's
But,
going to just turn and focus his attention back to the sword.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but, you know, just be a little bit, you know, gentler next time instead of throwing me.
Yazid's going to mutter as best as he can, because I'm assuming anything that he even whispers comes out at full volume.
Yeah, just about.
Okay, well, it's not my fault you're so fragile.
I'm gonna look down a little bit, not like offended, but like, oh, kind of defeated. It's like, okay.
What is Piton doing? We'll change our eyes over there. Piton? I'm like 3 steps from naming this episode Technical Difficulties.
Angelopoulos, are you there?
We're not getting any audio. Oh,
What if she muted her mic again?
probably did.
Your mic is off. Oh.
Oh, we'll get back to her, I guess, since we're not getting anything.
Let's go see what's his name?
Okay, I fixed
Darnus?
it.
There
I'm
we go.
sorry. It's I got new batteries and like I don't have the little backboard for my keyboard that keeps them in, so it's like I slam too hard on my keyboard and the batteries fall out. So, sorry about that.
Don't worry, technical difficulties is going to be a great episode.
Well, but like I was asking, am I on the ground by now?
No, you're still. Sorry, I'm a professional. No, you're still making your way up to the entrance because it's near the top of the dome.
Okay. What can I see from where I am right now?
Nothing. The dome is opaque. Do you know what the word opaque means?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, use context clue.
I didn't. Yeah.
It is the opposite of transparent.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It is opaque. You cannot see through it.
Jeez, I want to really try and get in there as soon as possible. Like I want to go fast.
You're gonna book it, book it, book it, book it.
Yes.
Like you've been booking it this whole time. Book it.
Yes. I
Book a
wanna
nice
book it
vacation
even
and
more.
book it.
Yes, I want to go to.
Do you have the expeditious retreat spell?
No.
Then you cannot book it harder.
I wish I could.
You didn't use Trivago. Sponsored by Trivago. You had to book it.
You wish.
Iron Grove, burned. Island, floating. Hotels, Trivago.
That was actually really good. Oh man. That was really good.
Am I getting Am I closer than I like?
Yeah, you're getting closer. Like you're flying as quickly as you can.
I just want to get in already. Jeez. What can I see that's around? Is there anyone like around the hole, or is it like no one's there?
There's everybody, like all of the phonics have made their way in.
Okay, that means no fire, right? No. Okay. Everyone is really quiet.
Yeah, because it's your moment.
I mean,
you book it. All right.
I'm booking it.
Over. Change your eyes. Back over to the airship.
We're booking it.
You're booking it.
Can we just?
We're all just booking it.
Does the ship know expeditious retreat?
Yes, it does actually. It's got a button.
It's called the turbo.
I did invest in the turbo.
I knew I should have gone for the turbo.
All right. For the sake of brevity, Patan
You
gets
love that word.
Brevity. Apologies.
Oh,
I was waiting to hear that word.
It's on the bingo.
On the bingo, indeed.
It's on our personal bingo card. Okay, so yeah, for the sake of brevity, we'll just go ahead and say that Patan makes her way to the edge of the hole, and you peek inside. The hole, by the way, is about the size of a. Oh, this is actually quite interesting. It's about the size of a phoenix.
bingo.
Is a phoenix bigger than Patan?
It's smaller than Patan.
Oh, jeez, I'm gonna have. Is it like I can squeeze through, sorta?
I don't know, how much has Patan been eating?
I don't know. Probably very little. I mean.
How much does she eat normally?
Aries, that's rude. You never ask a
meals a
woman about her
day.
weight.
Oh, I mean, I know her weight. It's in her character sheet.
Oh. What did I put for her weight?
No, you didn't put a weight. That's a DM joke.
But she probably eats just 2 meals a day. She doesn't want to look like.
Would you say she's a healthy woman?
She's definitely a healthy woman.
Okay. No, she can't fit through. She wasn't gonna fit through anyway. I was just.
Damn it.
Making sure she was in good health.
Thanks. There.
Yes, we eating. Where's your breakfast? Got your wallet, cheese, and lettuce.
How can I get it to open more?
You have no idea how it opened in the first place.
Oh, you're right.
Predicament, find a solution to the problem.
When you can't find one.
Make a perception check to just peek through.
God, I'm getting so many bad rolls once again this game.
Your vision is blocked by a smoke screen.
Baton is going to let out a very long and depressing sigh.
Make a Constitution save.
$18.
All right, you cough out some smoke. Kind of burns the lungs a little bit.
Eek.
Because to do a long, depressing sigh, you gotta go. So, breathe in that smoke, girl.
Dang.
And for the sake of brevity, that's 2 towards the 3 on the bingo. The ship begins to sort of coast down in the direction. I also want to kind of point out that you wasted a lot of time by dropping to 50 feet below the ground when you still had to travel about 300 feet back up to the top where the dome was.
Eek.
Anywhoozin. Yeah. What else does Patan do before everybody meets up again?
Can I, like... How do I word this? Can I, like, suck in all the air and, like, try to squeeze through? No, that's definitely not gonna work.
You know what? Make an acrobatics check to compress and fold your body to try and get through this.
Swear to God, if she nat 20s this. Oh.
13? You go legs first because that's the easiest way to fit, but you get stuck at your waist. Them damn hips.
Oh my god.
Damn it.
So you're saying Patan is thick?
Maybe. Okay,
Perhaps.
perhaps. So you're stuck. It was a DC 18, so
Oh.
That must be really weird for whoever's looking, like, up.
well, I mean, it's a smoke screen. It's a thick smoke screen.
Oh, fair. Just like
Which means
there's
everything's
her
burning
legs.
below.
What was your perception check from before?
3.
Not you. Is it?
For which one?
The last one that
Perception?
you made with Raldir.
21.
21.
You watch it happen. You watch Patan go feet first and then get stuck at the waist. Essentially plugging the hole.
Huh.
And then one day,
Is it gonna haunt
I'm going to
Patan?
do well. I'm actually going to do something great, but not today.
Is Yizit familiar with the ancient fantasy game of Whack-A-Mole?
Of Whack-A-Patan?
This is gonna... Wait, that could work. I'm not
You're
gonna
gonna
lie.
hit her through with the blunt end of your blade.
Okay, well,
I was
firstly,
thinking of tail.
I have an
firstly,
idea.
you're the only person who sees this.
Well, he's going to look back at Grafford and relay the information about where Patan is and what her situation seems to be. Honestly, my throat hurts a little bit, so I'm not going to do it.
Thank God she's safe at least.
For now, and before I get pulled.
I'm gonna do air quotes and I'm gonna say safe. Right.
Actually, Yizit's going to cock his head a little bit because he's seen the trees and everything open with the various medallions and rings, right?
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
He's going to kind of pluck Raldir's shoulder. What happens if it closes?
Do I know that if it closes?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh,
I don't
jeez.
like this. Please don't close on me.
I was gonna say she better not get cut in half.
Please no.
Alright, Arcana check, you say? Alright, let me get this.
I do say Arcana check, yes.
Yes. That is a 17.
It's not gonna be good.
I'm gonna pat Yizit on the shoulder, and I'm gonna say, Well, it would be undesirable, to say the least.
Then we should probably get her out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys are currently about 200 feet above where she is. With this information, how does Grafford want to approach piloting this?
I guess I'd see about coming around to the side of her to where the ladders could get close enough.
Let me check something really quick.
Wait. How far down do the rope ladders go?
Only down the sides of the ship. They're pressed up against it. It's not like you have a... They're kind of just rigging on the side that you climb up. It's not like you have like an actual ladder you can just throw overboard.
No, there is someone with a certain spell.
Rope trick.
They're sort of the same race. Yeah, that's what I was actually
Rope
thinking.
trick would not help in this situation. Rope trick goes up.
Oh,
I have
that's
100. I have 100 feet of rope.
I also have 50 feet of rope.
I'm gonna begin tying rope around the mast.
That's what I was hoping you guys would do. So she just grabs the
You
rope
should've
and I
suggested.
lift up.
Well, you
That
might
might not
not
be the
like
best.
this. You might not like this next bit.
Tie
I'm
it.
gonna plant the sword in the deck again and tie the other end of the rope around myself.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't like this.
I like this.
I don't like
This
this.
is one of those moments. Use it? No. Use it? Yes.
Alright,
You know,
Well,
at this, I'll even ask, just surprised, is it? What are you doing? Is it? Don't do that. That's not safe.
don't worry, I used to play machines like this when I was a kid, Grafford would say.
I was gonna say, yeah, there would be little gnome machines.
Andrew right
It's
now.
a claw
Secret-
machine.
I was gonna
It's a
say,
clockwork claw machine.
Yeah, clockwork claw machine.
with someone that actually has claws. How convenient.
Ah,
With which to
No.
dig into the scalp of one of your friends.
To be
Yes.
to be very precise, though, he's not like taking a running leap. He's going to rappel down.
Mhm.
Okay. Grafford, make a piloting check. Use it. Make an athletics check.
Is he above me?
They're directly above you, about 200 feet. And
yeah.
that distance can change depending on how
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
how Grafford wants to place it, because it's
So like, is Yuzu gonna like fall on me and her?
No.
Okay.
Use it. Graffert got a nat 20. Use it got a 19.
I was actually kind of hoping you'd fall right on top of me, so it's like if I could.
It'll
crush your
try to-
skull.
Yeah.
I have a spell that might help in this situation. It
Anyway,
might even push me through.
how do you want to manipulate and maneuver the ship so that way this can happen?
I'm just gonna see about putting Yizid in. Well, I'm gonna have Raldir direct me. He'll look over and he'll tell me where to direct so that Yizid is perfectly above.
Within 100 feet.
Yeah. And then I'll slowly lower the ship.
Okay. It happens. There's not really much more I could say because you guys described it. You got the rolls, so
Now,
Sooner-
when I hit the dome, can I stand on it for leverage?
yeah, it's a it has a physical property to it.
All right. I'm gonna pop her out like a cork.
Athletics check.
My favorite.
Followed by a dexterity check for delicateness.
Athletics 25. Dex, you said?
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
2.
And adding 2, 14.
Sure. Why not?
I'm gonna scoop her up like a little baby.
Scoop. It's more like you reach down, grab the cloak on her shoulders, and then just pull upwards, being very careful to not trigger anything, and then all of a sudden,
That was a perfect noise.
That was a very
Really
perfect
was.
pop. Yeah, that
I
was
don't
really
like
good.
that at all.
out she goes.
You know, this is just like a small detail, but like, was there any like smoke buildup there? So when she got popped out,
Yes,
there was more
it-
smoke that came out.
It does, like,
Yes.
So it was popping the cork on a champagne bottle.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's not like a geyser, but it's kind of just like pushing out very rapidly for a second and then slowly streaming out.
All right. I'm gonna huck her over my shoulder, and then
Now, quick
I know-
question: is Patan fighting this?
I mean, she can't really do anything. I mean, as much as she wants to get in, she can't.
I think really the only person who could make it through the hole.
Is Grafford?
Yeah.
I'm gonna reduce my friends.
since I'm tied to the ship, experimentally with her over one shoulder and a hand kind of bracing her there, I'm going to use the other hand to swing my sword at the dome.
Okay. It's like slamming it into a wall, except there is no damage that you do to it. No physical damage that you can like see. There isn't like an indent or a cut.
Well, this is a great sword, so obviously it's impenetrable.
Oh, interesting.
Grafford, are you getting closer so that way they can climb up, or like what's?
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna let them just kind of dangle there.
Real quick. Yizit unties himself and ties Patan with the end of
Donnie.
the rope.
Okay.
Don't do
Well,
that.
I'm kind of lowering in so you guys can get on.
Well,
or we
yeah,
can
but
hop off.
just as like a point, he's releasing himself and then tying her to the ship.
Okay. And you descend downwards. A part of me wants to do like that one Oni plays animation where the ship kind of just like
No.
Oni is the best.
just like getting really close, shaking. No, you just kind of cruise down. Oni NG sponsor us.
Basically, Paton's just hanging.
Well, you're not hanging
no.
because you're on the
Well-
barrier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you kind of. I guess you got your feet planted now. He put you down. I guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess. But he
yeah.
said tied up, and I thought it was being pulled up, so it's like dangle.
No, he took the rope from around his waist that he used as like a safety line, and he put it around yours instead.
I'm sorry, this came into my head and I need to say this. It's a pitanya. Like a piñata, but piton.
Oh,
I got it.
I am morally obligated to take 2 swings at it now.
Anyway, Piñatas sponsor us.
She is filled with candy.
Yizit candy, yes.
Oh no.
All the giblets.
Funny story. That's one of my cat's names.
Giblets. That's a good name.
One of my cats is named Giblet.
Gerblet. Okay, well, so you get close enough that you can climb up the rope ladders on the side to get on the ship, or you could lock its altitude because it's magic, and you can get
yeah,
off.
that's what me gonna do.
Okay, lock,
Well,
lock,
I'll
lock. It's
I'll give her a boosty up onto the ship and then climb the
actually,
ladder.
now that I think about it, it's basically like it has the same enchantment as an immovable rod when it locks them all together because it can just stay in space even though it defies gravity. Pretty interesting. Cyril Caldon is a very smart man.
We can use this as a weapon somehow.
Somehow, yes.
Ramming speed.
I mean, well, actually, I'll play around with that idea. We'll see.
I mean, to be fair, I think it was canon that like Raldir was a pretty big Soro Kaldon fanboy.
Oh, he
Until
is.
you got shot.
Yeah, until I got shot and told you.
Actually, let's take a toll. I think everybody's been shot before now.
Yeah.
I actually didn't get shot.
You didn't get shot once?
No, he didn't.
Mm-mm.
You're the only person who
missed
doesn't
every
know the
time.
feel of having a metal inside them.
Initiation. You get to be the first one shot with the Mach 2.
Oh god.
I literally had to fix my armor because of that crap.
I just think it's so funny that I thought everybody's been shot, but
I'll reduce myself so I don't get shot even more.
I've nearly died to a thunder cannon twice now.
Haha, yeah, buddy.
Well, let's go ahead and play with the verb and just shoot him out of something.
Oh.
anywho's what's everybody doing? I know Grafford's getting off the ship.
I mean, if Grafford's getting off, I guess I'll follow.
Raldir's getting off the ship.
Katan's gonna see if there's any way she can expand.
No.
I didn't know.
Well,
Anyway, bad joke.
like, are you guys getting off the ship and walking on this force field thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing you with your feet planted on it is like, oh, okay, we can walk on this.
Yizid is just going to keep waving his hands at you like, no, 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 no.
No.
Raldir's gonna slowly nod, like, yeah.
No.
How would I express this without doing a check? The Ashborn are attacking Iron Grove. We don't know when they're going to break the thing, keeping this together. Don't get off the ship.
But if we're with our allies and we have Raldir, he can explain to them.
Mhm.
We'll be surrounded by allies while they come back, and we fight them.
We'll
Doesn't
be-
mean much if you fall to your death, does it?
Hi.
Oh.
Casually hides behind Raldir.
I did it.
You did, I saw, and I'm so proud of you.
He's holding up the signet ring. I don't know what to do, and I did the thing. It's going great down here, by the way.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, nobody's dead yet.
For real, wow.
Yeah, we met these really cool guys. They all sound the same.
Oh,
Wow.
Jesus.
Did you see Twig?
Wait, hold on, do I perhaps know Giuseppe, like, from my time?
Oh yeah, you know the Giuseppe octuplets. Hell yeah.
I'm going to stop him after he says, we saw all these really cool guys who all sound the same. Yeah, I know him.
I just wanted to make sure that I didn't do anything I wasn't supposed to, so after I got clearance from one of the... I'm not even doing my own voice, I'm like kind of giving him a little something else. I'm kind of like putting a little stank on it.
That stanky leg.
I'm supposed... I thought that I should just give this back to you, kind of just holding... I don't know why I'm holding my arm up.
Because you're using your voice.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought I should come and give this back to you. I thought it was going to be a much longer flight, so that's neat.
Hey, yeah, thanks. I'm gonna take...
I'm not supposed to leave. I kind of just have my arm out of this hole right now.
I'm gonna take the ring from the hole and I'm gonna say, hey, well, I mean, keep doing what you're doing and we're gonna see you in there soon.
Wait, you want to tell him that we're on your side now?
Wow, you're the smallest person I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I thought his arm was out of it, not his head.
Well, his head has to be kind of be out. Just a little. It's just like neck and arm. You don't see his
Yeah.
body.
Excuse me.
That was like really uncomfortable.
Slowly having a mental breakdown because I can't speak.
Hey, go ahead.
Have you seen someone named Twig down there?
I have no idea. There are a lot of twigs. These are trees.
He's an elf.
They're all elves.
He's got really bushy hair. I'm pretty sure a bird lives in it. A bunch of twigs.
That sounds like crazy talk, and I can turn into a flaming firebird. So,
Now, hold on 1
yeah,
second.
he kind of looks back down into the hole, like, yeah?
Twergith would not. you know, kind of important figure, the Woodnut family, you know.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not even from this continent.
Well, you know what? Just keep doing what you're doing.
I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, Chief.
Yo, I appreciate it. So hey, good on you, and thanks for returning the ring.
All right, cool.
I'll tell.
You're a
everyone
lizard.
you're a good guy.
From somewhere in the background.
But yeah, these are my allies, and we're here to help.
Does that mean they're on our side?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good because I didn't want to fight that lizard. He looks like he can
No.
rip me in half.
Believe
you
me,
can't trust
he
me.
threw me.
Why are you going to reference the throw instead of that majestic 40-foot jump?
I know, right?
'Cause he said about
I'm
ripping
very
me
glad that you
apart.
told me that earlier because I definitely would have lighted you guys up with a fireball. I'm needed back there.
No, go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my-
lean over the. Yuzit's going to lean over the rail,
The whole.
and he's just going to kind of eyeball the dude.
What's up?
Close
And he
one
goes.
eye.
Yeah, kind of close one eye and look with the other one, then the opposite.
You know,
You're
just
welcome
with
to
how,
try.
Just with how chill Davis was, I like did without even thinking. I said yo to him.
Well,
I just went out and was like, yo, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Yuzit's going to like counter eyeball him. You're welcome to try. I might even like it.
He's gonna before he goes, he's gonna shoot you a wink and then go into the smoke.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's gone.
Another ship has sailed.
Davis
Oh my God.
excuse it. I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna pat Yuzin on the chest and I'm gonna be like, ah.
All right.
He's
Let's
cute.
get in there.
Pink squishy one.
Yes.
Anyway,
Let's get
yeah. So before I break the barrier, maybe we should get on the ground so we don't go going through the ceiling. You know?
Well, what I was saying, I was trying to keep you guys on the ship in case this thing popped.
I was about to say.
I'm
It's just-
just gonna say that wasn't my version of like copping out. Like that was gonna happen, regardless. That Davis was gonna come back and give you your signet ring at some point.
Davis is such a bro.
Aries,
I love him.
I would have figured out a way to get this ship to fit through that hole.
I know you would have. This wasn't my way of like giving you guys an easy solution to try and like speed things along. No. That was gonna happen. I was bringing
It
Davis
was a
back.
timed event.
You know what? Everybody get back on the ship.
I'm a big man with a big sword. I can
will
do this.
Gladly get back on the ship. Come on, let's
Yep.
go.
Everyone on the ship?
Well, I'll give them all boosties, and then I'll
I'm
climb up.
gonna like yeah, you know what? Okay, so I'm gonna stay on like on one of the rope ladders on the side, so I can be kind of lower down.
Davis the Ashborn has joined your party.
Yeah.
Wow, this is gonna be a
No,
big
no, no,
party
no.
with all the people who we want to join the party. It's gonna be full house.
Full house.
Only
In the
minus the
middle
creepy
of
twins.
In the middle of the sky.
Anyway, yeah, our ship.
In the middle of the air.
So, if everyone, successfully
Yeah,
gets
we're
on
on
the
the
ship, I'm gonna hang on the side, and I'm gonna just say to Grafford, okay, just lower it as close as possible, to this, and I could probably make us be able to land inside.
Copy.
You threw a natural 20 earlier, like I'm still letting you ride off of that. Kind of just slowly lowers until you can like basically touch the thing while still being on the ship.
And I'm gonna use the ring.
And you tap the ring, and this is the last time you're ever gonna get to hear this, so savor it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were so unreasonably good at that.
He's been practicing all day.
I have something really, really bad to say, but I'll say it after the show. Just remind me. God. And just like that, the barrier falls, and smoke begins to start pluming out. Still a pretty smick folk screen.
Is
Gotcha.
it possible to see anything? Oh no, it's still not yet.
No, still not yet. You could wait like a minute or two, and then it should like become manageable. But
Then do that.
Well, I imagine we're descending while we wait.
that's up to you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, that's up to Crawford because he's the pilot.
Yeah.
Captain.
Captain.
Captain,
Captain.
bring us in.
No, I don't want it. We're going back up.
As he flies away.
I'm gonna turn this boat around.
Yizit jumps off the ship, waving his sword while death metal. No.
You're gonna be playing your sword.
Congratulations.
Yes, we are
You played
lowering.
yourself into the smoke.
Into the white smoke.
Make a history check to see if you can remember where your placement is in relativity to buildings.
We're just gonna crush buildings.
We might kill people.
Or land on one. I mean,
Oh, let's land on a person.
Can I do?
Let's land on a
No.
blacksmith.
You know, this is
no.
Well, I
No,
mean,
we-
he's the one piloting. I would give him
25.
advantage. Okay, yeah, it's fine.
We need the blacksmith.
No, I want to crush him.
No, imagine your ship with a battering ram on the front.
with a cannon.
Yo, can I aim for the
Fine.
blacksmith?
No.
You can do whatever you want. You're the pilot.
You're a dick.
25, yeah,
I'm
25
aiming
is
for
cool.
an open space. Maybe a
I
wide
think
enough.
the only place that you'd be able to land is the courtyard of the castle.
I'd say quickest landing with minimal damage.
Courtyard of the castle is the only place that you could fit the ship.
Cool.
Let's go!
And you go,
Thing.
and as you
Alright.
descend, each and every single one of you has a different but somewhat similar picture in your head about what it looks like that is going on right now. A couple of you think that everything is on fire and there are people burning in the streets.
Delicious.
There are a couple of you who think that people are being shoved around in lines. I'm making it sound like there are 30 of you. And some of you maybe think that you have no idea what could be going on in there. And you're each kind of holding your breath, one, because it's smoke, two, because anticipation and building tension.
Deer feels a little sick.
I'd like to note that Yizit is gripping the sword extremely tightly. And you notice that he's breathing like really hard. And you see that weird light in his eyes again.
Oh boy.
Bloodlust.
I'm scared.
Yeah, for lack of a
bloodlust.
better word, bloodlust.
And as you descend, going down and down and down, all of you, well, except for Crawford, because piloting, lean over the side to see. And what you see is marching squadrons of Ashborn. Ashborn flying through the air, generating this smokescreen. But what you see as well are hundreds of people standing and holding balls of flame in their hand, looking up at the smoke. Raldir, I will give you 7 words to shout as loudly as you can before your boat gets torched.
Okay.
We're all allies here. Do not shoot.
Alright. I'm going to say... Wait, hold on. Let me just count these.
I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7,
Okay.
6,
I'm going to
5,
yell,
4,
we're allies of
3,
the unwavering flame!
2. Make a persuasion check.
Oh, come on. Persuasion, huh? There better not be any friendly fire here. Hey, 22.
Nice.
Okay.
They all burn us.
Ridiculous.
Only some of them burn us.
They look around confused.
You watch as they're about ready to sling their spells. Wait! It's Raldir!
Bro, chill.
Dang.
And they stop. Davis now kind of holding a little bit of authority over a few people.
Oh, Davis.
and they kind of like hold the spell back and go back to like sort of just channeling it. And they look past the boat as you guys kind of descend into the courtyard. As you're looking around, you see some scorch marks on the sides of buildings, but nothing is burning.
Do I see Twig?
Make a perception check. He's a tiny ass little sparrow.
Disadvantage because smokescreen?
No, you guys are descending past that. It's kind of acting as like a ceiling almost.
I got a 12.
No. Let's see.
Piton is slowly losing hope.
You actually see not a lot of violence. You see a lot of people are just straight up surrendering and being shuffled into the sort of corners of the court. They were being held in the courtyard before, but they're being quickly sort of pushed to the sides to make room so you don't crush them.
Yeah.
And as you're descending and gazing over the rest of the half circle-esque city, you can see that it's mostly just people being rounded up. You don't see any of the guards who were still here, and it really was just a surprise attack. Nobody could have seen it coming, and they put a lot of their attention to the north.
Oh god. Wait.
Reldir, make a straight intelligence check.
Okay.
Add your proficiency bonus.
What would that be? Plus three. Okay. And my intelligence bonus?
Yes.
Okay. So that'll be... And that's an 8 with both bonuses.
Okay. You're not sure how long it's going to take for the army to get back. But what you do see as you're descending down is a large group of Ashborn gathering in the center of the town square. And you see the unfaltering flame herself with 2 figures in stockades.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
Mama and
Twig.
Papa.
Oh,
Also unfaltering, my fault. I said unwavering. Yeah, same thing. Same deal. That's not good.
When we touch down,
Yes, touchdown happens.
how close are we to them?
They're in I would say they're about 80 feet away from your current position, and you'd have to run through a bunch of people. They're Ashborn sort of approaching the ship on foot.
Oh, okay. Do I even know his parents? I was kind of taken to jail.
You
early.
saw them. Oh no, you did get taken to. No, you were brought in. You were there at the audience. You were just being carried by like 12 people.
Oh, okay.
You saw them, but none of you really got that good of a look since you were kind of looking at everything. You just saw 2 figures in stockades, and they didn't look like they were dressed regally.
Gotcha.
Actually,
so to
wait,
use it, these are just people.
There's just figures.
can I see them
Gotcha.
clearly, actually, or no?
No, you guys
I'm
were
gonna
looking at a
look
lot
through
of
the
stuff.
scope of my gun.
Well, there's a wall in front of you now. You guys have achieved touchdown.
Okay, well,
How
Hey!
far away are we from?
Hey!
Yeah? Wow.
Hello?
Kind of calling up from below. You coming
Oh,
down?
Yeah.
Piton is gonna quickly come down and go.
She's
find
waiting
Dad.
for you. No, not Cog, the big
No.
lady.
No, yeah. Also, might I ask who is the ones in the stockades, if I don't already know?
Do you think I should tell him? Kind of like looking down to the side. I got stuff.
You better,
I
you
gotta-
better be honest with me. No,
I got
you
stuff I
can't.
gotta do.
You got.
Question.
Piton gone.
So we're touchdown, right?
Yes, touchdown.
Okay. Yizit will again plant his sword in the deck. I'm sorry, Grafford. I've done a lot of cosmetic damage.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure one of you has the mending cantrip.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, probably.
I can hold the deck.
Oh, no. Rest in peace.
Yizit
Deckhand.
Yizit is going to look at Raldir because honestly, this is none of his business, and he has other priorities. He's going to say, "Give me an escort," and he's going to start walking toward the blacksmith.
Well, first you gotta climb down. You guys are like the boat is still pretty big. You get like the boat has achieved touchdown. You guys aren't on the ground. Yeah, you guys are still on the boat deciding what you're gonna do.
My main thing is he's leaving the sword on the ship.
Okay.
Baton wants to try and be the first one off and try to look for Twig.
Well, as you get off, or Ashbourne, that kind of come up to you.
Oh, can I do one thing before that?
Yeah, sure. Well, you guys are gonna all kind of climb down at the same time, I imagine.
I'm gonna tell Yizit, you should keep that thing with you. We're gonna need it soon.
Wait, like,
The sword.
Do you like gesture toward the sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he takes like 2 steps away, turns back, snatches it up, and lays it across his shoulder and goes down.
Alright. Hold on.
Okay.
Big yawn.
Okay. Sorry about that. You all make it down. Piton made it a point to be the first one down. She gets blocked off by a wall of Ashbourne. One thing that I should point out, that I pointed out to Reldir, is that the Ashbourne are not a race of people. Well, not a conventional one. In essence, they're altered versions of the races that already exist. Like, they're Ashbourne dwarves, they're Ashbourne humans, they're Ashbourne elves.
Okay, so for our Pathfinder or 3.5 people, they're a template race.
Essentially.
Okay.
You guys don't know that much about them, but you just know that they're not like Ganassi or something like that. They resemble the races that exist naturally.
So it's like a vampire is always pale, or a werewolf always has weird hair, that kind of thing.
It's more like they just look like palette swaps.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They all look similar, but within their own race.
Yes.
They're grayscaled.
Yeah, pretty much. Do they all have the weird eyes that you mentioned like a few episodes back?
No, they don't have fire eyes. That's just Scorch.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Well, then, I'm going to give Grafford a pat on the shoulder, and I'm going to say, well, apparently I'm needed.
You do what you need to.
And I guess I'm gonna try to make my way over there.
Before you do that, is there any planning that you guys wanted to do about, like, while you were descending or something like that?
I'm pretty sure Yizit would be second, just because he's the meat shield of the group. Baton called first, so he'll take second.
Yeah, I mean...
Captain always leaves the ship last.
Then I guess I'll be second last.
And in light of recent events and my innate worry, I'm going to kind of use my body to block Raldir a little bit. Like Secret Service style.
Cool. So how difficult is it to make the way through these people?
Well, they don't part for anybody but you.
Cool.
So it kind of takes a little bit, but as you kind of push your way through, just to show that you're there, instead of back on the island, they begin to let you through. Now I do need to prep something really quick that I realize is not in my notes. So, what are you guys talking about like on this walk over there? Because you're making your way through hundreds of Ashborn.
Well, that was what I was saying earlier. Yizit is trying to arrange an escort to the blacksmith.
Okay.
Because kind of going out by himself seems a little kooky.
So, is he just gonna ask Rother then?
Yeah, I mean, he asked you earlier,
Yeah.
arrange an escort.
Okay, well then to that, Raldir will say, well, I don't really know what I can do, but I mean, hey, sure, when I get the chance, I could try, but I don't really know, what kind of time I'll have right now if I'm needed by the unfaltering flame.
Yizit is just going to kind of, yeah. And he'll point to 4 Ashborn. Come with me.
Well, it's up to them to come with you, I guess.
I mean,
Well,
they
it's up
kind of
to
just
you.
look towards Raldir and like look back at Yizit, and then one of them is kind of like doing something with their hands.
If they look at me, I'll nod my head yes, and I'll point to Yizit. See if they don't follow him.
A gnome Ashborn steps forward.
Yo, high fives.
The secret gnome handshake.
I remember when you rolled a 20 for a high five, and it was so great. Oh, shit.
Listen here, pal. We don't like getting bossed around.
Did he say it to Raldir or me?
To you.
I'm going to speak up and I'm going to say, well, that's too bad because you're being bossed around right now.
You see, if it came from you, that'd be different. Then we'd be following orders. We're not gonna listen to somebody who just comes around.
Follow him right now. Or else I will tell it straight to the unfaltering flame that you were this insolent.
Make an intimidation check.
He's gonna say with a little bit of spite in his voice.
I'd like to assist by looming over the gnome.
Then, I don't know, like, the gnome is kind of just feisty and he's not really paying attention to you, but the words are kind of...
No, that was a 3.
That's why I wanted to assist, to give you advantage.
I mean, hey, if he's allowed to assist, let him assist.
Well, that's what I'm saying, it's not particularly this... I mean, he's gonna do it, because he has to. So, I guess Yizit leaves the party for right now?
Correct. Yizit is striking off on a personal mission.
Alright.
Gnome handshake with him.
He's mad.
Aww. No gnome handshake.
No gnome handshake. You can find another gnome Ashborn, there's a good amount of them.
Yeah, but he was the first one I saw, therefore he is kin.
He is part of the pack. Okay, let me...
Where's
right up in front of my microphone.
Oh god, I need to find Ponzi. Or sorry, Poncilius.
Poncilius, yes. I love that name.
Oh man.
So I guess I'll just keep going then. I mean...
Baton, Grafford.
For right now, I'll follow Raldir around. Just show people that I'm not ill will to them.
I'm keeping an eye out for Nightwing, see if he's around.
Okay.
Slowly losing hope, making me sad.
As you, I guess, begin to approach the pedestal that has been raised, you kind of make there's steps leading up behind it. Do you make yourself known?
I'm just going to make myself visible to the unfaltering flame. I'm not gonna be all theatric right now.
Well, her back is to you.
Well then, yeah, I'll go to facing her, I guess, wherever. I guess around.
So you kind of crest behind.
Also, do I get a view of who's in the stockades?
You see them from the back. They're kind of dressed in sleepwear, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of difficult to tell.
All right,
Thank
well
you.
then, yeah, I guess I'll go around to facing then.
Well, I'm talking like robes and such.
Yeah. I'll go around to facing the unfaltering.
Okay, so you come around the corner and you hear, "Son?" Raltia, what's going on? Who are these people? And you turn, and you see the face of your mother, firstly in shock, and the solemn face of your father as he looks at you, and you just see disdain fall on his face. And tears start to well up in the corner of your mother's eyes.
I'm going to look into my mother's eyes, and I'm just going to quietly say, I'm so sorry.
She tries to reach out with her hands as they're on the side, and you can see that they're just trying to reach for you, but she's locked in place with her head coming through. It's a stockade.
You know what? I'm gonna get up there.
You are up there. You're next to them.
Well, yeah. Well, then, I'll totally reach out for her hand, and I'll, because I'll be a good son. It's the least I could do.
Just out of curiosity, Baton and Grafford, where have you positioned yourselves on this rectangular platform?
The corner.
Back corner, front corner.
Front left corner.
Okay.
Area.
Grafford?
I didn't want to go up as to not impede with whatever was going on.
Okay.
But when I hear the voice, I'm just gonna kind of look down like, oh.
And you hear, "I always knew he would be a traitor."
I'm doing what is right, Father.
He just stares forward, stoic, unmoving face, and it hurts you internally. Like you can feel it like a dagger in your side.
No, believe me, Raldir is trying to hold back the emotion.
It's visible.
Yeah, he's trying his hardest, but.
And you watch as the unfaltering flame just gently runs her fingers down the side of the king's face. Shh. Our moment is upon us. Puts a finger up to his lips, and he tries to bite her finger off, and she just moves it away.
Oof.
And in that moment, you saw the stoic face of your father for a split second, blind rage at this single move of just the exertion of dominance and this power shift that has seemed to have come. It was only for like a sliver, a fraction of a second, before he returned to how he was before. and he's your father. You know that reputation and how people see him is very, very important to him. Extremely so. So that's quite jarring to see that happen.
Yeah.
And then she puts a hand on your shoulder and sort of tries to turn you around to face the audience, to face the spectators. What do you do?
You know, I don't really know how to react. I'm just gonna take it all in for a second, because I mean, really,
Make
I
a
was
wisdom
just,
saving throw.
I was gonna say I was just facing my mother and father in stockades. That
They're
is
probably not
a
called stockades, I'm sorry.
That's a 7. Well, is it the thing where it's like you put your head in and you put your wrists in?
Yes.
Yeah, that's stockades.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I got that right.
That was a 7.
A 7?
Mm-hmm.
You begin the beginning stages of having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand there, kind of not knowing what to do.
And you fall silent.
Patan is gonna walk over and try and comfort Reldir.
I'm going to quietly say, or as quietly as she would be able to hear me, to the unfaltering flame. So what's gonna happen to them? What's next for them?
She's kind of speaking in this hushed tone as there's still just the sounds of voices in the crowd. That is for you to decide.
Well, I mean, I don't want them to die. I don't want anything that horrible to befall them.
Point of order. I've just realized this is the first time that Grafford and Baton have seen this character. So let me give you guys a description. The Unfaltering Flame is a fire ganassi. She is bald with flames for hair that kind of fall onto her shoulders. That kind of burn this delicate orangish yellow. She's wearing silken black robes that are quite revealing, actually. And it has all these like sort of gold filigrees and writing, and emblazoned on her chest, from her cleavage up to her neck, is the symbol, almost like a golden stitched tattoo of of the Phoenix Rebellion's symbol, the golden rising phoenix. And she has pupilless, sort of soft whitish yellow eyes. Very slim and slender figure, extremely beautiful.
Patan is just gonna quietly say, "She's wow."
Yeah. But she has this just this air of intimidation, because just her casualness speaks volumes about her feelings towards the situation, and the way that she just presents herself. And with a single like sweeping motion of her arm, the entire square goes dead silent without a single word from her. And then she begins to speak. Brothers and sisters. Her voice almost like a whisper, but it carries out. Grafford, you immediately recognize this as the use of the thaumaturgy spell. Cantrip. And you do as well. Actually, all three of you do. You're all magic users.
Oh, nice.
The moment of our retribution has finally come upon us. Joined by our young prince. And she sort of gestures over and grabs your chin without looking at you. And pulls away after a very soft touch. We write a new history, rising from the ashes of this corruption. Be purged in our flame. And then the entire crowd in unison. To be reborn in the ashes from their sins. And almost like this religious kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of off-putting. Only slightly. And Raldir, you're sort of standing in front of both the stockades that are next to each other, and you just hear soft weeping from behind you. Just ever so soft. And between each pauses in the words, it's audible to everybody here. It's that quiet between each pause.
He, as much as he's trying to hold it back, Raldir might start to have some tears going down his face. He's trying to look as calm in front of the crowd as possible, but
Make a performance check.
okay. See how well he can hide his actual feelings. Because I know exactly how he feels. Performance. That was a 11.
Okay. Good to know. You're trying really hard to hold it together. Just quick question. What are the other two of you doing while this is happening?
Like I'm probably still comforting him, Raldir, or at least
How?
trying.
You're on the opposite side of like the unfaltering flame is between you two.
Oh. Well, then I guess I'm not doing it anymore then. I guess I'm just looking out at the crowd, or at least Baton is.
The barrier is down, correct?
Correct.
I'm kind of looking at the skies.
Okay. Make an intelligence check and add your... Well, no, just make an intelligence check.
Natural 20.
Oh, shit.
Dang, yeah.
It's been long enough that circling back, in about 10 minutes, the army will be here.
I'm gonna go ahead and go up the side, and I'm gonna get in front of this lady, and I'm gonna say, well,
As you try to approach and get in front of her, make a perception check.
Two.
Okay. Good enough.
I'm gonna try and get her attention.
Okay. What are you gonna do to try and get her attention?
I'm gonna just kind of...
She continues to speak, and it's almost as if you're not even there.
All right. Hey, here's a look inside Grafford's mind right now. All right, this is a good enough as time as any to yell out to the crowd. Might as well just do that. They're going to all be caught by surprise.
Well, you know that along the sides there's still those people who are just watching the smoke, channeling whatever spells they're holding, kind of ready that we're going to torch your asses.
Yeah, this is still pretty important. I'm going to say to her pretty loud, they'll be back in under 10 minutes.
You want to do that in character voice, friend?
Sorry, thank you. They'll be back in about 10 minutes.
She just continues to speak like you're not even there. And she begins to, for the sake of brevity, bingo forever, got that. That's the fourth time.
Yep.
For the sake of brevity, she tells this story in this speech. She says the names of 12 civilizations. There used to be a conclave of tabaxi. In this valley, it was filled with trees that housed tens of thousands of Aarakocra. There were civilizations of humans, turtles along the coast, elves, a congregation of orcs, half-orcs specifically, that were not even war bringers like normal full-blooded orcs are, and several other wood elven and even high elven civilizations, cities, townships, villages, remote or civilized, that existed within this territory. In near the beginning of what you now recognize as she's saying this was the beginning of the Root Wars. That's ROOT. Where a very powerful and diabolical druid used the power of the wood to tear buildings apart, and armies dressed in silver and gold would massacre and genocide anything that came in their path in xenophobic rage. And you hear the story that Reyna told you, and she lists off all the names of these civilizations, the people that she knew, and as you're looking out at the crowd, you can see speckled in there a turtle, an Aarakocra, plenty of half-orcs that are cheering loudly and yelling out things from the crowd like, kill them, make them pay, this is for my brother, my sister, my family. Just shouting from the crowd in just unrelenting berations. And the weeping stops suddenly. And Raldir, do you turn around?
Yes, I will.
You see nothing but the looks of shocked horror on your mother's face. Make an insight check for me.
Okay. That's a 5.
She's scared. You don't know what's going through her mind, but you know she's your mother. Her life has never been threatened before. Never. She's terrified.
While this story was being told, could I go as far away to the spellcasters who are ready
Okay.
and warn them?
Sure.
Yeah, I wanna like spread the word that to anticipate their arrival and that they'll be here very soon.
They all drop their spells, and then one of the leaders says, "Wall of fire!" And then they all begin prepping a different spell.
I made an impact.
Yeah, because they were just readying like to throw out fire bolts.
Nice.
Which are a cantrip, and now they're channeling a much, much stronger spell. I think it's 4th level, 5th level.
They know when they're coming in exactly.
Yeah, and there's prep time for that spell, so they're getting it ready. Natural 20s, man.
You done good, Hasselhoff. You done good.
What's Baton doing while this story is going on?
She's still looking around, or she's looking through the crowd.
This is pretty shocking information to both of you.
Yeah, she's pretty.
I never cared about them.
But she's trying to, she's listening, but she's trying to focus mainly on what she's been trying to do.
Okay, make a Hail Mary perception check.
And it is...
Twig.
A fucking 11.
11?
Yeah.
No dice. Anybody else who wants to make it, who's in this vicinity?
Geralder can.
In character, I wouldn't be thinking about that.
Yeah.
And I'm way too
focused on this.
I think I'd be the only one looking around like, oh, jeez.
Okay, go for it.
Four, yeah.
Nope, no dice.
My whiz is bad.
Baton at this point has probably given up hope.
Okay. And they continue to tell, she continues to tell this story. And then she tells a story about herself. She tells the story of how she came to be in the position that she was in. She weaves this long, tragic, horrific story of how there was nothing but wrongs happening and how she became a leader. And Grafford, you sort of gain a bit of respect for this sort of powerful figure here. And just the way that she's just very gently handling everything. And as she continues to talk, everybody's looking towards the sky that you've warned, and the air kind of grows stagnant as she says, "And now, the time has come to pass judgment." And she looks at you, Raldir.
Mm-hmm.
You thought that the amount of wrong that had been done was much, much more minimal than the story you just heard.
Can I roll insight to see if it was alright, some of these things don't match up?
Go for it.
Cause I'm trying to grasp at straws to see how could this be happening? Or how could this have happened? I mean, that was a 12.
She's pretty forthcoming, and due to the reactions of the crowd, it seems pretty much all legit.
Okay.
From your best understanding of it.
Well, Raldir still very choked up again, trying to hold in kind of what he's feeling. He is just gonna look down, not really proud of what he's about to say. And he's just gonna, under his breath, just kind of to make sure that the unfaltering flame hears it so she can know what to do. He's just gonna say, "I sentence them to death."
And with that, you said it a lot more quietly than you had anticipated. But thaumaturgy makes your voice booming. So it echoes over everything Where are you looking right now?
When I say I sentence them to death, I'm going to look away from the stockades. Just kind of like out into the opposite direction, I guess.
And your mother screams in terror. And it pierces the air. It's shrill. It's screechy. It's terrifying.
I'm going to look to the unfaltering flame again, and I'm just gonna say, is that all? Can I go now? Is that all you needed?
Make a investigation check.
Investigation check. Okay. That is a 7.
Yeah, actually, an Arcana check.
Okay.
That would probably make more sense.
Actually,
Yeah, make me do all the checks in the book.
Well,
That is a 15.
this is a program delusion. It's not the unfaltering flame.
Oh.
And you know that the program delusion spell essentially is like a reel, and once it completes, it stops. And then she's kind of just standing there, and she doesn't say anything in response, and that's when you realize that it's just a program delusion. That's why your father didn't bite off the finger, and that's why you couldn't quite feel the touch when she touched you. That's why it felt so soft. Because there wasn't really anything there. And the soft weeping becomes loud weeping. And just muttering and mumbling. And I assume you're just trying to avert your gaze.
I'm just gonna walk right off. I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna walk right into the crowd.
Okay.
Katana's gonna follow close behind.
And also at this, when I walk off into the crowd, I'm gonna let loose. You know, like emotional wise.
Okay. You failed both of the wisdom saves. You collapse. You collapse down onto your knees in the midst of the crowd.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
You hear cheering from everybody around you in celebration. And as you sort of fall to your knees, you continue to hear the screams and the crying until it just stops suddenly and abruptly, and your heart sinks as the depth and gravity of the realization of what you've just done finally sets in completely. Do you look back?
I'm gonna take one last look back.
They're ashes.
At this, I'm gonna hold back from throwing up and just keep crying. Just like on the ground.
Katana's like right next to him, right?
Yes.
Katana's gonna try and comfort him as best as possible.
I'm not really gonna react. I'm just gonna mind blank, just sitting on the ground, face in hands, you know, letting loose.
And while that's happening, the ground begins to shake. And everything is moving. And the tiles begin to crack underneath you that make the roads break apart. And Grafford, you're the first one to see this, but hair that was brown and curly and in a mess has turned lightning white with pupilless, white glowing eyes about 60 feet above the crowd. Twig.
Oh my god.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Fuck.
It took a little bit longer to get to where I thought we were going to get. And, I mean, well, stick around for the season finale of the Flames of Revolution Iron Grove arc. From everybody here at D&D Universe, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.